Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'll be talking about creating modified essay questions today, and today we'll be using Google Form as a backup for UKM Folio. So we'll be creating modified essay questions. There are a few prerequisites for modified essay questions. First, modified essay questions need to allow free text responses. Sometimes they are short and sometimes they are long. So secondly, modified essay questions is a type of format in which the responses have to be sequential, which is one after the other. So there are triggers or scenarios being posted by the examiner, and the student is required to answer these triggers or questions sequentially. So in this instance, we need to be able to disable editing prior to submitted responses, which is a complex feature that may not be available in Google Forms. This is available in UKM Folio but not in Google Forms. So the examiner might want to include complex scenarios in the modified essay questions, whereby we need to prepare a template that can integrate text, images, figures, and even tables to fit in our questions. So first, we need to prepare the template. You can prepare the template using a normal word processing document like Microsoft Words. So what you need to do is to include the trigger before each sub-question. For example, this is one big question. There are sub-questions A and B. So before sub-questions B, C, and D, include the triggers so that the students are reminded that they are in continuation of the initial question. So all the images, figures, tables and graphs need to be saved as image files with good resolution so that it appears nicely on the screen. So you can do this to get a very productive and easy way to copy and paste from your template to the Google Form. Open two windows in the same display, and if let's say you are not familiar with the shortcuts for Windows, you can use Ctrl C and Ctrl V. Ctrl C for copy and Ctrl V for paste. For Mac, use Command C for copy and Command V for paste. So choose appropriate question format based on the desired answer that you require of. For this example, this question would ask the student to list 5 relevant physical examination and its expected findings. So I would use the paragraph form in which the responses are long. The students can type in a long response. So after that, you include the question, copy and paste. And then after that, you may want to add description. You can ask the student to answer in point form or paragraph form and emphasize on relevant things that you require of from the questions. You want the student to answer both physical examination and expected finding so that the student can have a good template for answer. After that, add the answer key in terms of the marks that you will allocate for the full answer so that the students know how long are they expected to write, and check the required text box. These are very easy features. You can copy and paste from your template. Next, we will try to create an illusion of sequentiality in Google Form. So what you need to do is you need to feed all the sub-questions into separate sections. So initially that was the first section. This is the second section with the sub-question 1B. So one section for question 1A and another section for question 1B. If there are images, you can add the images to your Google Form. Sequentially, add one section after another. So after you have finished importing all the sub-questions and all the questions, for each of the sub-questions at the end of the page, you need to insert one multiple choice question. This multiple choice question should allow navigation for each of the sections already mentioned. So what you need to do is have a multiple choice question. Ask the student, are you sure that you want to submit this answer? You cannot go back to this question once your answer is submitted. So if the student click yes, the student will be directed to the subsequent section. If the student click no, then the student will be directed to this subsection. So the student will not be able to proceed further. So once you get the navigation base for each section option, you can choose which section you want the student to navigate to. So this creates an illusion of sequentiality to the students, in which the student will not be able to get back or edit their previous answer once it is submitted. So you want to edit the navigation for each of the subsections. Remember, you have many of these. Please make sure that it is sequentially arranged. Go to section 2, 3, 4, and for the last one, if the student click yes, you have to click submit. So this creates an illusion of sequentiality for the students, but I will tell you a secret during the workshop later. So this is how it will appear. Alright, so sorry for that. So you will see that the students will be able to respond, type in the answer. So after that, once they have finished typing the answer, if the student click yes, then only will proceed to the next question. So the student answers, write FOR mass. Okay, click yes, then only will go to question 1C. So in this example, the student click no, they want to go to the same page. Then they click next and it goes to the same page, and the student will be able to edit this answer. So once they are happy with that answer, click yes and next, then it goes to question 1D. So this question has a lot of points, 20 points. So the students will need to answer to accommodate for 20 points. Again, similarly, it is demonstrated that the student can edit their answer if, let's say, they click no, and would be able to go to the to the next section if, let's say, they click yes. So they click no, and the same answer is being displayed, and the student can edit and add additional points. Okay, click yes, and it goes to the next question. So this is the sub question for question 1. So in this instance, we are creating different pages for each of the subsection. Therefore, the student tendency to cheat is less. But however, you still see that there is a back button there. Yeah? So I will tell you a secret during the workshop later. Click no, and you will be able to edit and add on points to your answer. Okay, at the end, you click yes, and then only you can submit your forms. Okay, so I guess that's all. Thank you, and we will demonstrate this particular presentation.